have the rear end draining on this 300 TD wagon. I'm getting ready to install new rear differential fluid with my pressure tank system that you see here. But I want to show you something else I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be installing a new plug. Okay, here is the original drain plug, and I'm going to be installing this plug here. Why? Let me show you. Some of you may be wondering, well, Kent, what do you got a brake caliper there for when you're doing rear end flushing? Well, watch. This is no normal rear end drain plug. It has a magnet in it. You want to know why it has a magnet in it? It has a magnet in it to pick up any metal particles that are floating around inside your rear differential. And I am a strong believer in magnet therapy for these old cars, particularly rear ends, because they have no filter. And if you have a strong magnet, and I have to say this is probably the strongest magnet in the world for the size of it. That magnet will be picking up all those metal particles that are rolling around inside the differential as you race down the road. And that will help minimize, ring and pinion wear and bearing wear as well. You're telling me this magnet is really strong? Well, I'm going to demonstrate it. Look at this. Can you believe it? It actually picks up this rear caliper. And this rear caliper is really heavy, folks, I tell you. So if I say this is the strongest magnet in the world for its size, I'm not kidding you. Now, along with the rear differential magnet, I'm also going to be doing complete magnetic therapy for this old turbo diesel station wagon. This here is a magnetic oil pan drain plug. Now, in this particular case, you have a filter system in an engine, so the magnet is not as critical as it would be in the rear differential. Now, let's see how strong this magnet is. Now, you see this magnet's not going to pick up that caliper, but watch this. It's going to pick up this heavy ratchet wrench. So this magnet, which will go in the oil pan in the engine, will help pick up any steel, not aluminum, but steel metal particles that may end up down in your pan. And then these four oh boy, got to be careful, they'll want to stick together. These four magnets here are for the transmission pan. Now let me explain how these four magnets here are going to protect my transmission. If you look here, these are called black hole magnets. Super black hole magnets. Now they're not sticking to this surface because this is stainless steel, so we don't have a problem with that. Now this is really interesting. You don't put the magnets inside the transmission pan. You put the magnets on the outside of the transmission pan, and we're going to spread them out. We're going to put one here. We're going to put one, ouch. I can't even get these off. The only way I can get these off is I get in here and pry up on them. Even, come on. There you go. I got it. Man. Okay, come on. Can you believe how tough those are? All right, this one goes here. And let's put this one here. And put this one here. Now, are you worried about these falling off while you're driving down the road? I don't think you need to be worried. These aren't going anywhere. So if I flip it over, any metal, steel particles that fall out of your transmission are going to come and stick to the bottom here, and they're going to stick well. Watch this as I take a bunch of washers. Let's say something's going on inside your transmission and there's little metal particles falling around. Okay, let's move those around. There you can see they've kind of stopped, and if you flip it over, you can see they've stopped right where the magnets are. And those aren't, whoa, I guess that one came off. But that gives you a pretty good idea. Once again, the transmission has a filter, so I don't feel it's as critical as a rear differential. But even then, if you drop the pan on your transmission, you've got pieces of steel stuck in these areas, you probably, it'll give you a good indication you got a problem with your transmission. So I'm going to put these on the transmission to Piper, and I'm also going to put the oil drain plug in, the magnetic drain plug that I showed you earlier when I changed the engine oil later today. So I think that gives you a pretty good idea why I'm a magnet fanatic.